I'm not really ready to do that yet, to be honest, but there was no person on the planet who had so many connections with so many historical figures.
I know, it's quite incredible. I mean, 15 prime ministers, she met, I think, 14 US presidents. I think she met all of them in office except for LBJ. She even met Herbert Hoover, believe it or not, who was in office in the White House in the late 20s, early 30s on a trip in the 1950s. He was still alive and she met him. And as you say, nobody else has that experience, not to mention there's dozens of prime ministers and presidents of Commonwealth countries that she's still head of state. And of course, that is going to be fascinating to see how many countries, the 14 remaining countries, now ditch the monarchy. Barbados did it last year. So we'll see how many follow them. But certainly it's going to be an impossible act for Charles to follow, and it's going to be very difficult for some of these other countries to justify links with the monarchy without her.
So, Phil, what happens now? Of course, life in this country stops as we know it for the next 12 days. But the fact that the Queen died in Balmoral in Scotland makes the plans for her to return to London and the plans for what's coming in terms of her funeral even more elaborate.
Yeah, it's all been planned for years. It's called Operation London Bridge. It was the actual death of her, and I think it's Operation Unicorn that now comes into play. I'm not exactly sure, but Charles and Camilla will come back tomorrow. He'll have his kingdom, if you like, confirmed. Then, as I say, he goes on this tour around the country. The Queen's body will be returned to London. It will go to Buckingham Palace for a couple of days, where family will visit. And then there'll be 3 days of lying in state at Westminster Hall, where it'll literally be open for 23 hours a day. I think it'll only shut up for an hour just to sort of clean up and give people a rest. And literally people will be able to file past her coffin for 3 continuous days, and then we'll have the funeral 10 days from the date of her death. So that's the plan. And obviously presidents and leaders will be flying in from all over the world.